TG Stealth Blade. Now they're kind of hard to get a hold of. Look at that. What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Got a couple errands to run. We're going to go pick up some subscriber lures. I've got a few things in the post office box. My goodness, Stubbs, are you excited? Do you want to come with? Gonna go grab some of those, grab some coffee. Gonna kind of do a vlog-ish unboxing today and just having some fun. So let's go get started. Are you ready to go run errands, Stubby? Let's go get some coffee, pick up packages that subscribers sent in. Are you excited to go for a ride? Oh boy, the kids are already fighting just to get in the truck. It's already started. We haven't even got out the door, Stubby. Fighting for seats. What do you think of that? Okay, you can come now. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, the life of a dad. Come on, Stubbers, get up in here. Hey, attaboy. Is it just me and any other dads have that? We can't even get in the truck without kiddos fighting? I don't know what to do.
Let there be light.
Yeah, it's a tight squeeze to get in the truck, but I make it work. I've even got out of the driveway and we're already chanting Chick-fil-A. Gotta keep the truck looking fresh.
Good morning, thank you for choosing Duncan.
The monsters in back would have let a mutiny against me if I didn't stop here. All right, we got coffee, we got our packages from the post office. Kiddos are inside, happy eating Chick-fil-A. Let's take this stuff downstairs and get unboxing. All right, let's start out with the bag from my guy, John. Now, I opened this up and looked at it before because he sent me a letter. A couple things in here he sent to me directly to say thanks and congratulations. Super nice guy. John and I have talked back and forth, good cat. But he sent a couple things for me and some things that he said, send these in your giveaways. So John, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. What do we have in here? Okay, for me, he said, for you, first up was the Jackhammer TG Tungsten. Now, the interesting thing is apparently he said these are not sold in US or Canada. So very neat. I've seen these. I haven't seen them on Tackle Warehouse. I guess that would explain why, but a tungsten head there. I like the look of it. That's a ½ ounce, almost like a sexy shad color. That does amazing around here in my parts. It's the Modu custom bladed jig, so not from Z-Man, I guess, huh? I guess that's the reason, because Z-Man has the patent here or whatever. So with Evergreen, I know Evergreen worked with Z-Man to make the jackhammer, but this is the Modo jackhammer tungsten head. Almost too cool to throw, but definitely gonna throw that in the boat. Cool looking lure. Thank you, John, for that one. He sent me a Jackhammer Stealth Blade. Now, I picked up one of these. Actually, I just got one of my Tackle Warehouse orders. I picked up a little one and then a bigger one because of the whole Black Friday deal. That one still actually hasn't even shipped. I had somebody ask me that on Instagram if mine had even shipped, but nope, mine hasn't even shipped yet. But anyway, the Jackhammer Stealth Blade. Now, I've heard a couple people using these saying it's more of like a finesse bladed jig, so really everything's the same on it. It's still got the dual keepers. It's got the actual blade that attaches to the little deal on the head, so no sort of split ring or anything. As you can see there, you can get a nice close look at it. It's actually got the wire on the head of the jig that attaches to the blade, but you can see that blade there a little bit different. It's a high strength polycarbonate blade with a stainless steel plate inside there, so a little less vibration. It does have the metal in the middle there to hold it on, just to make sure. If you can see there, it's got that little 8, like number 8 piece of metal, but a little bit more finesse. I talked to Tackle Junkie. He said it's been a nice lure to use, a little bit less vibration, a little bit more, you know, of a finesse chatterbait. So haven't got him using yet. Looks good, 3/8. That's usually my size, so I'm excited to try that. Then he sent me a Ziploc bag with some jigs. I think he said there's 3 in here. Okay, cool. And these are from Siebert Outdoors. Took them out and looked at them earlier. They look like really nice jigs. You can see there it's got the copper wire, so you know it's a hand-tied jig. It's not going to have the rubber piece that, you know, gets old, breaks apart, then all your skirt falls off. So nice little finesse option there. You can see it's got a nice, a little bit more finesse weed guard. Now this is more of a wood head, so a pointed head like this with the upturned line tie you can see there. When I've got it this way, when my line goes over wood and such, it's going to want to ride up over that. So I like this type of head. Around wood, brush. I don't really care for this type of head and rock. I like a ball head, like the owner jigs that, you know, Randy and I have thrown a bunch. Or not the owner, the War Eagle heavy finesse, I'm sorry. Those type of jigs, a ball head to me does a lot better in rock. Got one with the Arky style head there, almost dropped everything. Arky style head, I'm guessing that's a ½ ounce. Again, hand-tied skirt, brown and purple. I like that color, it does well around here. A little bit smaller version, that's a bluegill color. That color I love around here. Green pumpkin with that like blue in it. And this is actually probably like a Blue Cross swirl A lot of people will use that color too, but this doubles as a great bluegill imitator if you want to swim it or whatnot. So 3 great looking jigs from Seabird Outdoors. Never heard of them, but I'm excited to try those. Now, that's all he sent for me. The rest, he said, is for your subscriber giveaways. So thank you, sir, so much. So these are some 3/8 ounce. Let's see, are these like a football head? Yeah, those are all football heads in there. So that's like a peanut butter jelly, black and blue, and then a blue craw swirl bluegill look in there. 3/8 ounce. I love those for bank fishing. Those will go great for someone. And that's the June bug and sweet craw is the color as it calls it. So that June bug, you know, the purpley, green pumpkin-y. And then this is like a green pumpkin with orange in it. Look great. 3/8 ounce. Again, those are like a football head. I don't want to open them because I'm going to give these to someone, but you can see there it's got the football style type head on it. I like them. They also sent a Dirty Jigs. That's one of the Dirty Jig swim jigs, 1/2 ounce. I love the Dirty Jig stuff. I've used a bunch of their jigs this year. They work well. This one has a little bit more heavy wire hook on it. If I end up giving this away, I may give away a 3/8 ounce, switch this out with one of mine, but great white bluegill type, or bluegill, good, what's your deal? A good white crappie / shad imitation right there. A good kind of do-it-all bait fish color. So those I'm giving away. Also in here, a number of plastics. He had some plastics from Lake Fork. I noticed these were just kind of assorted. So some assorted colors, pig craw, 10-piece assortment. I'll probably break these up and do them in different giveaways for folks, but you can see there, I'll take one out. Lake Fork, I used to use their ring fry and then that segment and shad thing as like a chatterbait trailer. But you can see here, this is like a chunk type trailer for the back of your jigs and such. Just a couple of craw arms. You put that chunk on the back of a jig, gives it a little bit of bulk, and it gives it those nice little craw pincers back there. But you can see, pretty, you know, regular standard looking craw style with the little antenna deals and then the 2 claws. Number of different colors in here. Whew, they got a funk to them, almost like a garlicky, I don't know, pizza? Whole bunch of different packs, all kinds of different colors. Green pumpkin, black and blue. Got that color right there, like a watermelon blue. So those will be going into giveaway. I like those jig trailers. Thank you, John. And let's see, one other thing from Lake Fork that he threw in. What are these? Oh, these are the Lake Fork 3.5 inch. What were the other ones? Oh, the first one I showed you was 2.5 inch. This is the same thing in 3.5 inch. Better do a comparison here. There you see the 3.5 inch versus the 2.5 inch. Quite a bit of difference there. You can see much bulkier, fatter profile here compared to this one. They work great. Guys have used these for years, and I know guys who prefer these type of jig trailers over like a Rage Craw or a Rage Chunk, something like that. So cool. I like those. Those are definitely going to go in some giveaways. Thank you, John, so much. I appreciate you, brother. Okay, up next is a box I got from Robin. Robin, thank you so much. A ton of super cool stuff in here. I don't know your name if we've talked on Instagram. It's often hard on like Instagram or YouTube because people have different names than what their actual name is. So I sometimes know people by like their screen name and have no clue what their real name is. So Robin, if I've talked to you, please reach out, let me know. I didn't get anything saying, hey, you're gonna get this, but first off, I could not believe this. I looked at these a long time ago when I got in the swim bait game. Had a couple guys that have done it for a while say, pick up one of those. They're like one of the best to start with. They were going for some crazy prices on eBay. How about this? I guess I should have kept that. This is the 7-inch MS Slammer in purple nitro. That's right. Robin sent me an MS Slammer. I know these are kind of hard to get a hold of. I've looked at them personally. I can't believe it. Thank you so much, Robin. I am super, super excited to throw this. It's a wake bait, so you can see there the bill is real small, kind of at that little bit more than 45-degree angle, almost pointed straight down more than it is out like a crankbait. So this is gonna wake and it swims in like a fish motion. It's segmented right there in the middle, so you can see that V shape. It's got like 2 little O-ring or like O-screw hanger deals that go in there. Thank you so much. That purple color is absolutely beautiful. It's got the nice scale look on it there. It gets dark black on the top side. The bottom's just kind of that reflective purple. You can see it's got a soft tail though, so as it swims, that tail and back is going to have a lot of action and motion to it. So I know that we'll get some pike eating these. Hopefully I can catch a big bass on them. I've heard a ton of good stuff about them. Next up, Robin, I can't believe this. I have been looking all over for one of these. You all saw I picked up some of the 13 Fishing Jabber Jaws. I wanted to pick up these to compare it to, but you can't find them anywhere. This is the 6th Sense Axis Metal 2.0 is what they call it. Let's see. Dives 2 to 5 feet, 1/2 ounce. Look at that. Absolute beautiful color scheme on it. 6th Sense has some of the coolest color schemes on stuff out there. Now this, it doesn't have the metal deal that it clicks against on the side like the Jabberjaw, it doesn't seem. So this must be just more of kind of like that chatterbait vibration, that thump. Colors on it are absolutely awesome. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Yellow up into that light orange, up into dark orange, into a brown. So what do they call this color? Tiger Truce. I love it. It's got those green eyes on it. Very cool. I cannot wait to throw that. Hooks on it are good and sharp. Cool. Look at that. It's even got the snap like you would throw on a chatterbait. That's what connects the blade. Very neat. I'm excited to try this. Compare it to the Jabberjaw. It does have just a little rattle inside there. That's no blade movement. The blade with it. Very neat. Very cool design. I'm excited to throw this. If you've used one of these or had your hands on one, let me know. But they've been like impossible to find. Robin, thank you so flippin' much. That'll be one I throw from the boat because I don't want to lose it from the bank. But definitely going to try that. Next up, a Lucky Craft, one of the flat sides. So check that guy out. KJ Flat Series. That's BP Tomato Shad. Great color. Looks almost like a Tennessee shad. It's got that green top on it. Yellow belly, flat side square bills. Oh, and that even has the circuit board kind of half moon type shape look to it. It's got the rounded deal, but flat sides are great. I've got a Lucky Craft like this on the Ghost Minnow, an old one. It doesn't have the circuit board though. I don't know if that's a newer thing. I don't remember. It is a silent, just like this one. This is a silent 2.5 inches, 3/8. But I've got one of these in Ghost Minnow. It's an older series. It doesn't look just like this, but I threw that in a Clearwater reservoir and only got a couple bites that day, and that was all I could get on them that day. But super cool. I love the Lucky Craft stuff. I love the color on it. Beautiful. Flat sides are great. You can see there, completely flat-sided crankbait, doesn't flare out, but great when that water gets colder. They've got a tighter wobble, unlike a regular square bill. Has more of that wide, you know, searching action, really deflects. So these little flat sides can be killer when that water cools down. And last thing Robin included in here, actually I had somebody reach out to me about these. On Hookup Tackle is where I first saw them. But this is the Megabass Gong Junior. 5/8 of an ounce, and with the bill included in there, it's 3 inches. Just the lure itself is about 2 inches. But how crazy of a design is this? It's like an ape gorilla looking lure thing. Again, it's just kind of a wake bait. I don't think it dives very deep. Doesn't even say on here. It's got kind of a little bit of a bill on it, so I know it doesn't go real deep at all. It's just such a weird thing. Megabass Gong Junior. This is from 2016. I like it. Really neat look. The back of it, this doesn't spin or anything, so it's not like a tackle or any of those. Doesn't spin. It's just a blade, so it's going to kind of flap, flash, make sound back there. Does it have rattles? No rattles in it, just like kind of a weight ball in there. I don't know. I've had people say they catch fish. I've had some people say they're just a gimmick. Either way, it's just a weird, neat looking lure, and I'm all up for trying something different. I guarantee nobody in the ponds or small lakes around here has thrown a Gong Junior. So with that flash, but still that crankbait body, who knows? That white color's good. Kind of that bone-ish color. Great for mimicking bait fish and shad. Never know. This might just catch my PB. Robin, thank you so much for sending all these in. A bunch of cool stuff I can't wait to try. Let's see what else we got. Okay, this was the last box. I've actually had this for a minute. This was from Mr. Erickson. Mr. Erickson, thank you very much for sending stuff in. First off, we had some plastics. I had somebody ask me about these a long time ago. I said, well, I don't know that bass really eat turtles. Seems kind of silly. No, I haven't ever picked any up. Well, he hooked me up with some. He sent me some Doomsday turtles. That's right, yes, Doomsday turtles. The original Doomsday turtle. The concept of it and the look of it is actually neat because you can see here you've got this almost bluegill shaped form when you put it this way. So I'm wondering if bass are looking at this as more of like a bluegill type profile. Now, the hook channel is up here on the top of the shell, so you'd rig it like this, I suppose, but still with this falling and all this fluttering, I guarantee it's going to have a neat look. It's essentially like having 4 twisty tail grubs hooked up on the side of some deal that kind of looks like a bluegill. Crazy design. I've heard people catch fish on them. I don't think they're actually targeting this thinking it's a turtle, but the design itself is actually kind of neat. It's very different. Again, anytime you can throw something different as opposed to what other people are throwing, you never know. It just might be the turtle that catches me the big ol' lunker in the lake. Little watermelon red flake in there. Oh yeah, staple. And then last, actually color that I used to throw a ton in a worm. I'm assuming that's what color this is. I'm calling that like a red shad. Essentially, that's an old red shad color that I used to throw. Black with a little bit of red flake on it. And you can see it's got that kind of red shad, that maroonish color. I used to throw that a bunch in worms when I was trying to beat my old man when he was throwing the Tequila Sunrise. Granted, I didn't beat him hardly ever, if ever, but I still really like that color. It worked. I caught fish on it. The Doomsday Turtles. I don't know. Is it a gimmick? Is it a fish catcher? We'll find out. Now, sticking with the 6th Sense theme, Mr. Erickson sent me some 6th Sense stuff. I really haven't used a bunch of their hard baits. Topwater this year and the jerk bait. The Provoke is killer, but I have not used any of their lipless. I actually put in an order for Black Friday and grabbed some more of these. But he sent me a Quake Thud 70. What's the color? Craw Bomb. Color, and it's awesome. 6th Sense really does have absolutely some of the best color schemes out there. As you can see, hooks are good and sticky sharp. This is like a rusty brown color with like an orangish flake in it. Orangish brown flake all around on the top and on the sides. It's got those craw markings. Then it almost gets like holographic-y, iridescent into yellow and orange on the bottom. So killer spring color. I know that's going to work, especially when those bass are feeding on craws. I like the color. What's the weight? Is it a 1/2 ounce, I would guess? Yep, 1/2 ounce, 70 millimeter, which is like 2 3/4 inches, 2.5 inches, somewhere in there. Good looking craw. I like it. The Quake Thud 70 from 6th Sense. Oh, and they call it the Thud because of this. It's basically like the one knocker type thing from Strike King. One big knock and rattle in there. Next, another 6th Sense hard bait. This actually did grab a couple of these. I didn't grab this color, so thank you. But I grabbed some of these earlier this year. I threw a couple and lost them, but great look to them. This is their flat side crank called the Crush Flat 75X. 5/8 of an ounce. So you can see it's a little bit bigger bait. I know some people like a little bit more of the finesse when you're in the colder water. So for example, look at that little Lucky Craft flat side. A little bit smaller, more finesse version. You can see their smaller profile compared to this. A little bit bigger crank, but again, that flat side, as you can see there, it's completely flat on both sides. Great when that water starts to cool down or when you got cool water in the early spring of the year. 2.65 inches, 5/8 of an ounce, and the sound on this one, here it's got more of that harder, you know, kind of clacky thud to it. I do like that they put those standard on the front, the oval ring, so when you tie the line to it, it's not a regular round split ring because your line can get caught in the middle and it can fray it or completely come out. So I like that they put those oval rings on there. If I have extras with me, I usually change those out on my cranks. I admit I get lazy and sometimes fish just the regular round split ring, but I do like the oval better. Color scheme on it looks great. Again, the hardware on it's great. If you've used one of those before, let me know, but those flat sides can be absolutely killer. Candy Citrus Shad, there we go, that's right. Okay, the final lure in here, another 6th Sense, actually, which is one that I've wanted to try. I do not have any of these. This is a wake bait called the Movement 80. It only dives down to 3 foot at max. Now remember, of course, you can dictate how far a lure like this dives depending on the size of the line you use. The heavier the line, for example, if you're going with fluorocarbon, something that sinks, if you go with a heavier line, it's going to keep it higher in the water column. Again, let's see, that's a blue truce shad. So that kind of blue into the chartreuse, the belly gets into a white, a little bit of orange on there. Good looking, bright, vibrant colors, I really like that. Dives only 3 feet, 5/8 of an ounce, really cool kind of profile on it. You can see kind of that, you know, rounded back look with that short, kind of thick bill, so it's really just going to want to do a wake motion. I assume the slower you roll it, the more it's just going to wake up top. But again, super sticky sharp hooks, looks good. I'm really excited to try those. Wake baits are actually going to be one of the things I want to throw and focus on more this year, because honestly, I don't really ever throw wake baits at all. Just don't have confidence in them, so that's going to do well. Mr. Erickson, thank you so much for the lures, and he included some line in here. I've never used any of this. It's really actually just called line. I've heard of them, I've never used it. He sent it in 18 pound, which I think was interesting because, you know, a lot of companies, they go from like 14 or 15 and then up to 16, maybe 17, then 20. So it was kind of interesting that they had an 18 pound, but it's the Pro Series fluorocarbon, 18 pound, 0.37 millimeter diameter. I've heard of them, haven't used it. I'm excited to give it a try. I love fluorocarbon, like 15 or 17 is usually my go-to. So 18 will be great in kind of like sparse wood and such. Once I get into the real thick stuff, I try not to play around and go up to a 20 or even a 25 when it's really thick. And I know people laugh at that, but I've broke fish off with 17-pound and that kind of stuff. So laugh if you want, but I hate losing fish, and I tend to go on the higher side or the bigger side of line when I can. So, but that's it for tonight. Comment below and let me know what you liked out of this the most. Will you want to see something like this wake bait? How about the old MS Slammer? I am super excited to send that. Couple casts out, see if we can find something. Yes. So comment below, let me know what you're most excited to see Debo get out on the water. Now, like I said, some of this stuff's going to be going in some giveaways. I've got a number of giveaways planned. I've got to finish up all those boxes that I have over there, kind of picking lures and seeing how MTB did, what I would add to it. I'm going to do some of my own. So some of my own beginner boxes where I just take a box, fill it with stuff I like, and send it to one of you. So a bunch of those coming soon. Super big thanks to Mr. Erickson, Robert, my guy John. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it a ton. And thank you all out there for watching these videos still. Without you, again, my channel would be nothing. So thank you so much. I'm creeping up on 100,000 subscribers. That's something that I never, ever thought I would say unless like 20 years down the road I've been doing YouTube. But you all have made it possible, so I'm going to give back. I've got some more giveaways and stuff planned. Thank you so much. But I got to get all this uploaded and edited so you can see it. And yeah, I got to go to bed. So thank you all for watching. Until next time.